Welcome back, everybody. This is Game 3 of Sparkyz versus KT Rolster. And Rolster is really rolling over Sparkyz right now. They've taken a 2-0 advantage in this match. And wow, actually, I'm just looking at the stat that they're showing up right there. I think that is the lifetime record of Flash versus YellOw, and YellOw actually in favor of that, 4-2. That's pretty surprising. I hadn't checked on that myself, but that's pretty interesting. There's probably not very many players that have a winning record over their lifetime against Flash. Flash is just amazing, and he is continuing to be amazing, and you know, I would say he is performing as the best player in Proleague so far. He has a 9-1 record this season, which is just unbelievable. C is actually at the same record for MBC Game Hero. Zero has more wins, I suppose. He is 10-4 on Woongjin Stars, but you know, 10-4 is only +6, while 9-1 is +8. So Flash really just tearing up the competition, and you know, he's just playing some of his best play ever, which is, you know, something to say, because Flash always plays as one of the best players in the world. So this is YellOw here against Flash once again. YellOw, of course, the... Excuse me, that was white. I almost said yellow. There have been so many mirror matchups and close colors that they keep changing the colors. It's almost always been yellow and red, but this time it is white. YellOw in the white in the southeast position, and Flash as the brown Terran in the northeast position, and they are playing on Tornado. Not sure. Let me check on the statistics of Tornado. I have a feeling like it's probably a little bit Terran favored, and the reason that I think that is just because it's a little bit difficult to get to the third base as the Zerg, and those little funny hills just outside of the natural expansion, I feel like would be a really great place for Terrans to, you know, siege up and kind of contain the Zerg opponent. Let me check. I'm pulling up the statistics right now. It looks like so far, actually pretty even. It's 9-10 overall of Terran versus Zerg, so I suppose this could go either way. And really, if there's somebody to beat Flash, I'm hoping that it will be YellOw. He has been getting a little bit of momentum over the past couple weeks after having a couple of after having a rough start to the season, you know, getting a couple quality wins recently, and you know, YellOw is just you know, partly known for some of his great ZVT. It looks like he's 62% lifetime against Terran. Pretty impressive. Although, honestly, all of Flash's statistics are not just impressive; they are downright scary. Flash overall lifetime, any matchup has a 69% win rate, which is crazy, and also 69% against Zerg. Yeah, and that's not even his best matchup. So we'll just go ahead and show that off. Actually, wow, very nice right there by YellOw. They're showing off Luxury, who's just chilling in some jacket, drinking a smoothie, but YellOw actually able to kill the scouting SCV from Flash with just a drone stopped on the ridge. So nice little. I don't know if I would say it was a play, but you know, at least very good smashing on stop to keep that drone from moving, and able to, you know, get some lucky hit percentage, you know, uphill miss rate, I suppose is what I'm trying to say, to kill off that SCV. Now he looks like he's trying to trap another SCV. Might be able to get too early on, and one of the things that Flash has been weak in the past is you know, not doing enough to scout. At least now he is trying to get a good scout off, but YellOw being a little bit fortunate and able to stop that early scout from coming into his base. It looks like, you know, of course, YellOw is going here. He's got his lair building. He's got his expansion almost completely up and running. Flash is also expanding pretty quickly. I'm sorry, I was too busy talking about the history of YellOw and Flash to actually pay attention to what builds they were going. But both players going for pretty standard early expansions, not too much early pressure. The firstlings are going to be able to come in and try to stop this natural expansion, but you know, Flash should be able to defend it. He's got four Marines, and his bunker is almost finished, so the Zerglings are unlikely to do anything too big, and he is putting down his Academy first, so it looks like it's going to be a standard M&M play coming from Flash. Also pretty standard on YellOw's side, going in for early Mutalisk pressure, so we're going to see, you know, at least two hatch mutas. You might be putting down a third hatch in the near future. But, you know, early Mutalisk pressure, and really YellOw needs to do something good with that, you know. Obviously, being good at ZVT means that you need to have good Mutalisk micro in, you know, modern StarCraft play, so YellOw certainly does, especially when he's on top of his game. But, you know, honestly, he really hasn't had to try all that hard in his more recent victories to get some wins, and neither of those against Terran, so hopefully his he hasn't gotten any rust on his Mutalisks to you know, keep them dashing forward and killing SEVs, hopefully. They will be coming up in the very near future. YellOw also putting down a third base over in the southwest spawn position. Or maybe that's the natural expansion, it's hard to tell. But, you know, regardless, third base coming up, so it's going to be three base Mutalisks, and actually Flash pushing out with a little bit of a timing attack with his early Medica Marines, and YellOw has nothing on the ground to defend against this. YellOw might be in a little bit of trouble if Flash decides to go straight into that natural expansion. He's putting down a creep colony right now, but all of his Zerglings, which wasn't very many, were just sitting out in the front door of Flash's natural expansion, and YellOw is quickly putting down 2 sunken colonies, but I don't even know if that's going to be enough if Flash actually decides to go in with that. However, those early Mutalisks are out, and they are going to be able to stop a couple of these turrets from going up and do a little bit of damage in the main base, but Flash is going in for a counterattack. He's in before those sunken colonies are built, so that whole group of Medica Marines is going to be able to walk straight into the natural expansion. YellOw is conceding this base, actually. He's already putting down sunken colonies in his main base to try to stop those Medica Marines, and he is just trying to do as much damage as possible with those Mutalisks in Flash's bases. He's been able to kill off all of the reinforcements so far. He's killed off a few SEVs as well that were building turrets, but hasn't done anything to the economy, where, on the other hand, Flash has been able to completely take out the natural expansion. I don't know if he knows about the expansion in the southwest position, but, you know, YellOw has to keep that expansion alive for sure, and he also has to stem the tide of those Medica Marines from going into his main base, because his main base only has those 2 sunken colonies as well. Finally now, YellOw is actually able to get a little bit better of this. He's been doing a great job of killing off Marines as they're being built, forcing one of those barracks to be floated off, so slowing down the Medica Marine production quite a lot. Actually, he's been forced to lift off 2 barracks, so pretty good harassment there. He hasn't done any economic damage, like I said, finally losing one of those Mutalisks, but the Mutalisk that they have selected has 5 kills on it, which is pretty nice, and all of those have been Marines as they've been coming out of those barracks. Well, that's not entirely true. Maybe some of those were SCVs that were building turrets. But still, right now, I almost said luxury. YellOw is... oh no, YellOw lost like 3 or 4 Mutalisks when those early Medica Marines came back, and I think that was a bit of an early GG. I mean, losing that natural expansion was definitely a big loss, but, you know, he had done a lot of damage, and if he had, instead of, you know, just sticking with the attacks on those barracks, if he had gone and tried to do some economic damage over the natural expansion maybe, or maybe even just in the main base. I don't know how well those were defended with turrets. I know there are a couple up there, but I think he could have done a little bit of damage there, and maybe prolong this game long enough to get you know, another hatchery up. But I guess he was just, you know, having to spend all of his larvae on Mutalisks, and finally ran out of money because that natural expansion was gone. Anyways, Flash with a nice timing attack, and Yark not quite able to do enough damage with his own Mutalisk harassment. And, you know, really critically, just not defending his front door very well. Putting down 2 sunken colonies, but very late. You know, just can't beat Flash like that. So, anyways, KT Rolster proving to Sparkyz that they are the #1 team in the league. Yeah, KT is just looking unbelievably scary right now. I don't know who can stop them. I really don't. It's gonna be interesting to see them later on the season. The only thing that I would worry about if I was a KT fan right now is that maybe KT is might be peaking early. You know, that's the only thing that they have to worry about, that they can be able to keep this up later in the season. Anyways, this video is just about to end. I gotta go. Thanks for watching. See you next week.